Hi, welcome to a product demo of Vergo's expense management module. Vergo is a plugin for any ERP that sits above your ERP and allows people to collaborate to gather data, gather information, get approvals, and streamline the entire expense management process, among many other things. Today, we're going to be talking about the expense management piece. We're going to go over a couple problems that a lot of our customers face and how we solve it. And then we're going to go through a product demo very, very fast. First, the problem that we hear from everyone is, hey, I have all these credit card expenses. It's hard to get them into my system. The ERP, I'm downloading statements daily, weekly, monthly. Either things are delayed or they're not accounted for. People are missing receipts. I hate reminding them through email. Things get lost. I don't know where the coding is. I have to save the images to my desktop and then I have to attach them individually into each line item or invoice entry into the ERP, and it is a complete headache. So number one, we solve getting receipts imported into a system that can be coded easily, can be followed up on easily, and can be holding your team members accountable very simply. Second, manual Excel-based processes of adding something to an Excel document, transmitting and transmuting that data to your ERP in a very manual way, whether you've set up an Excel system that takes the statement, moves it to an ERP process to be brought into your ERP, and that takes a long time, and the coding and the approvals get lost in the way. So your team members have to come into this very non-user friendly dashboard to upload these systems, and it just causes a lot of time to get your books closed. That's the core three things that we hear in the expense management process. We're going to go through a product demo that shows you how we solve all of these things. So we're going to go over how to integrate into your ERP, connecting any credit card that you use on MasterCard or Visa network, submitting your receipts with the mobile app, how those receipts get auto-matched to a transaction and married together. There's a couple team approval pieces in here so you can know where each transaction and where each receipt sit in the approval chain. How the accounting team and finance team can overview everything and then mark them as ready to be brought into their ERP, and how there are a couple different ways you can bring them into your ERP very simply. So we will pull up our app and log in. This is the Vergo dashboard. And you'll see here, it says, hello, Rich, you have a couple tasks that need your attention today. And the overview here of this dashboard is showing me that I have transactions that are missing receipts. So unmatched transactions are transactions missing a receipt and have not been matched. Transactions that are missing information such as coding, and then receipts that are missing information. We also have the approval process here. How many expenses are waiting to be approved, and how many of those expenses are waiting to be reported and brought into our ERP. So we're going to go through each of those stages today. This is the home screen, and it just gives you a quick overview of where things are sitting for your daily, weekly, or monthly workflow for your expense management. We can see up here that I have my ERP connected. In this case, it's called Jonas, but we can connect to Sage, Spectrum, Foundation. Any construction related ERP is our core focus and what makes us unique and different about a lot of other software out there. It's also very easy to use. So there's not a large hurdle for someone to come in here and pick up the dashboard within a day, really. Some of the ERPs that we have seen people work with, it's a large learning curve. It's very complex. So we've streamlined the system. We've made it very digestible for people to have this layer of collaboration in between this and their ERP. So first thing you want to do when you set up your account is add team members. It's really easy to add a team member. You can invite a user within your organization, give them a role, and create a password for them. You can also add them to a team here, and what it does is groups all of those expenses for that team together. So if I am a manager and Mike, my name's Mike, and I only want to see Annika and David's expenses here in my dashboard, I can create this team, and now I only see a filtered version of all the expenses of only what I need to overview and see, and not the whole organization's expenses. Next, what's really easy is setting up your card. So you will add the team member for that card, you'll add the card type, and you will add the digits of that card and a nickname for that card. Once you have set up a new card, it will link to the bank account for that card on the MasterCard or Visa network and pull in all of your corporate card transactions for your business in real time. So you don't have to download statements anymore. You don't have to import statements anymore. You don't have to hit that Excel step, downloading a statement, transmuting it into some digestible formula for your ERP, and then uploading it into your ERP. So we'll take a look at the transactions that I have in my account right now and what needs my attention. So since these are all coming in real time, I can see that I have 2 transactions in here for the demo purposes. One was for Ace Hardware and one was gas for Shell. So I need to see where these are at. And if I'm an admin, I can see that, hey, these transactions have come in. They were brought in by this user. They have no coding for a job, cost type, cost item, GL account, or vendor. Whatever the specific fields for your ERP, such as fades, codes, gets all pulled in here. So these are ERP connected accounts. They are brought in real time. So if I have a quick list of the last 5 jobs that I had coded to, or I could search for any job in here and pull it up coming straight from my ERP. Same with cost type, cost item, GL account, and vendor. I can see that this transaction is missing a receipt, it's missing a memo, and there is no status on it. The status is the approval status. Has it been approved or not? So let's log out here as an admin and pull into what the field team, whoever made that transaction, is doing on their phone, and if they are at the gas station, if they're at the hardware store, what that looks like. So I will pull up the mobile phone here, and we have the Vergo app logged in. I'll open the app and I will scan the Ace Hardware receipt. I will save it. And what it's doing here is pulling all the key information, the date, the merchant, the amount, and it is pulling all that in. And while it's pulling it in, I don't have to wait at all. I can just start coding it. I can add the job, cost type, cost item, or GL account. And if I go back, we can see that this receipt has pulled in Ace Hardware. It's pulled in the amount and all the job costing information. So that's one of the transactions. So if the field team was in their truck, they had made these purchases and they want to code them that day, send them over to the accounting team, make sure that the transactions are have all the information that they need. They are doing it in real time right here. So all the information has been pulled. The amount, the date, the merchant, memo, and job have all been added. So they're all added in that the field team's truck. They close out their phone. They are done coding for the day. And if I log back into my Vergo dashboard here and I refresh my transaction page, all of that receipt information and that coding information has been brought in here. So for Ace Hardware, we have the job, we have the receipt, we have everything that team had coded right here. The receipt has been uploaded, and I can also see in the receipt section that these 2 receipts have been uploaded and added, and the receipts have been matched to that transaction. So this came in, it said it found the date, merchant, and amount, and then it found and searched for those transactions to actually attach themselves to. So now these are attached here, and I can see the status, and everything looks great. If there's any additional coding that the team needs to do here, the finance team, they can add a GL account, they can add a vendor, they can add anything else they need to mark those statuses and those transactions as ready to be reported and pulled into the ERP. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So in here, I can click on one of these transactions that the team has coded, and I can approve it. A a lot of people have many transactions that they would like to approve. So they can select everything in their dashboard and they can do a bulk categorization of jobs, types, cost items, GL account. So if these were both for the same job and the same GL account, and I wanted to overwrite all of the coding that had been done, I can actually bulk add all of those here. I can filter any of these, any of the transactions that are missing a job and need to be coded, any of these transactions that are missing a receipt and I need to follow up with that team member. And that is really easy too. So if this transaction from Jordan that has been brought in needs to be reminded, I don't have to email him. I just click on the transaction that needs reminding and I click send reminder. Once the reminder is sent, he or she will receive an email saying, hey, you have one transaction that's missing information. Please log into the Vergo dashboard and upload. And then they will see what transactions need their attention. So I have received that email now, and I will mark both of these transactions as approved. And now that these transactions have been marked approved, the field team has done their job. They brought in the receipts, they've coded it to the jobs, any information that they need to enrich it with. And then the finance team came in here and said, okay, it has its job, it has a receipt, all the information here, the transaction date, card holder, the receipt information, everything looks good. That transaction has a receipt matched to it. Now I can pull both of these transactions and actually pull them into my ERP and export them out, export all that data directly over to my ERP. Since I'm connected to Jonas here, we would click this button. It can be for all of the approved transactions or just the ones selected. I'd click Jonas Premier, and with my account link, we would start the right integration process directly into that ERP. I can also download it as CSV if I'd like to just overview, what information has been coded, get a granular look at what data is in there and what I'm actually writing to my ERP and how. You can write into your specific ERP with a couple different options, with different vendor names, different batch codes, different approval statuses. So it can be marked as pending or ready to be paid or paid already. So there's a couple different approval statuses. And then in here, we have a lot of different views that you can set. So you can filter all your data by, what is everything in here that has been marked approved. It's these two transactions. And then if I were to report these two transactions and mark them as reported, all that is done here. And if I go back to my home screen, we can see now that the transactions has gone down from two of the transactions that I needed to mark reported are now mark reported, and all my tasks are done and complete. So it's a really beautiful interface. It's very customizable. It has been made and created within, the last few decades. A lot of these ERPs are very difficult to use, very cumbersome. We launch new products and features for each of our modules every 2 weeks. So everything that's coming out is a direct reflection of our users, their feedback, what they're looking to achieve out of a collaboration platform for pulling in data to then close their books faster. So that is a quick overview of the expense management platform in Vergo. We do have other modules. We have invoice automation as well. The YouTube channel has this video up there if you want to check it out. Cost projections and the WIP module for forecasting all of your analytics and streamlining that process. And the whole suite together, you can pick one module for your business or bundle them all together to make one cohesive platform that sits as a layer and collaboration tool on top of your ERP and gives you the information and the data that you're seeking in real time. If you would like a personalized demo, please reach out to us. You can get in touch with our CEO directly, rich@getvergo.com, and we would love to speak with you further about how we can solve the biggest problems for your business. Thank you so much, and we hope to hear from you soon.